As a boy, all Layne Chapman wanted to do was raise cotton. That childhood dream is now a reality. He and his wife Jamie farm just south of the Red River near Vernon. Cotton's not their only crop. They also raise corn, wheat, and cattle. The seeds of this fifth-generation farmer were planted long ago.
I remember following my dad through some cotton stalks. The next few years, I remember my granddad always harvesting his cotton, and I remember it being such a big part of his life and how much he loved life. That made me say, this is what I've got to do.
After Layne returned from college in 2009, he started farming full-time. His first year was a complete success. Everything went right. He had plenty of rain, a good cotton crop, and a good wheat crop. Then 2011 came, and it all changed.
I'll never forget the day that it was 118 degrees. The wind was blowing in my face and my cotton was getting blown out, and I'd worked so hard to that point. And I said, you know, there's got to be a better way. There's got to be something that I can do different because this is not working.
Weather extremes made him rethink every way he farmed. He started conserving irrigation water, eventually installing drip systems on many of his farms. He stopped plowing as much and began using minimum tillage and eventually no-till techniques. He started growing cover crops as well as corn, a crop that's scarce in this part of the state, to help conserve moisture and reduce soil erosion. Variable rate technology, moisture probes, he's even ventured into cattle. In just 5 years, his farm has completely transformed.
The volatility of the grain markets has made wheat production in this area unprofitable. I developed a relationship with the cattleman, and he retains ownership of the cattle, but I keep the care of the cattle. And so it's basically on a gain basis. But what that has allowed me to do is develop another market for these wheat fields that are going to have a lower yield with a lower price.
Shortly after returning to the farm, he met his future wife. Jamie grew up just 30 miles down the road. They married in 2012. After working for a co-op in Oklahoma for several years, a dream of hers came true. The chance to own her own retail gift shop. A leap of faith later, and Pepperberries was hers.
I have some of Layne's cotton in the store as decorations. I have a cotton wreath in the window, and I don't know how many of those silly cotton wreaths I've made just because everyone's like, oh my gosh, where'd you get that cotton wreath? And I'll say, well, actually it came from my husband's farm, and that just blows their minds. Sometimes I give a little brief cotton picking lesson to them when they're here, and it's kind of neat for them to be able to say that that cotton was actually grown here, and they know they can put a face with the farmer.
A year and a half ago, Jackson joined the family farm. At his toddler age, he is soaking in all there is to see, touch, and do on the farm. And a passion for agriculture is already taking root.
The second word he learned wasn't dada, it was tractor, tractor. Every time that Jackson gets any chance to be near a tractor, he wants to be on it.
Layne is currently vice president of the Wilbarger County Farm Bureau. He and Jamie have served on the Texas Farm Bureau Young Farmer and Rancher Committee, even chairing that committee. They're also involved in their local community in many ways, including the local farmers co-op and their church. For Layne, the future is always in view. New practices, new ideas, new technology to make sure this farm is here for many generations. But one thing is always constant. His family is his greatest asset.
The largest problem I have is always between my ears. It's me worrying about, is it going to rain again? Are the markets going to stay where they need to? Am I going to get the work done that I need? And when you have a family that's behind you that makes what's already great that much better.